Alright, here we go. It's time for round 8 of the 2003 GP4.1 season here at Hockenheim in Germany. It's the old Hockenheim, so a very fast track through the forest. And the stadium section at the end, an iconic place where we see a number of mistakes most years. We come off the back of a very dramatic race in Britain, which saw Leo Goria taking his first win for the unlikely Renault team. So yeah, great stuff from him. You might want to go watch that one back. Sean Sutherland was unlucky not to win after some contact with an arrows, and that means a lot for the title battle because that put him down in third in the championship. With Leo Goria up to second somehow in that Renault. 29-0 is his points battle with his teammate. And now onto the grid for today. So Kingsley Kamisoto is our pole sitter. He seems to be either amazing or absolutely tragic. And today's his amazing day, right, as he lines up on pole. Sean Sutherland, third place in the championship. Serious title contender is second place. David Panner is in third, with Simon Nathaniel qualifying fourth place. The two Williams, fifth and sixth. Etienne Jones, of course, our championship leader still. Daniel Duarte qualifies in 7th place, with our most recent race winner qualifying 8th. Shane Adeyemi is in 9th place, with Con Skywalker qualifying 10th. Leighton Deschutier P11, with Alex Lodomek qualifying P12. Ben Jones qualifies 13th, McLaren Dreisig 14th. On the 8th row we have Andres De Jesus, once again far behind his teammate. His seat is under threat actually. Ronan McAndrew qualifies P16. Jay Himmel, Tommy Toth on the 9th row. The two Jordans on row 10. And now we will load into Hockenheim and see who will get the better start. So the lights are about to go out. We have 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and it looks like Kingsley Kamisoto will get the better start for now, but can Sean Sutherland gain some stuff in the second phase? It looks like the Toyota's got a great start as well. It looks like they will slot into the positions they started in though. Sean Sutherland is right with Kingsley Kamisoto. He might even put some pressure in onto the first chicane. Simon Nathaniel will do the same to the other McLaren, with Etienne Jones bogging down a little bit under threat from Leo Goria. And Miguel Rivera with a good start now actually threatening that second McLaren. Sean Sutherland makes a move for the lead though into the second chicane. Miguel Rivera up to third place. Simon Nathaniel down to fifth. Double overtake there from Miguel Rivera. Etienne Jones keeps a sixth place behind them. 2 BARs behind Jones and Goria. Now we see Simon Nathaniel actually puts... Oh, Miguel Rivera in front of them has made the move on Kingsley Kamisoto. So terrible start for the McLarens. There's Leo Goria missing a wheel. Etienne Jones is out of the race. This means big things for the title battle, because Sean Sutherland is leading the race while his main rival Etienne Jones is completely out. So what looks like a Leo Goria just kind of yeeted him out the race into the wall. Pretty amateurish stuff there from Leo Goria, just swiping him out of the race. Move there from Con Skywalker, and the other BAR of Daniel Duarte now possibly losing out a further position to Leighton Deschutier. We also have Leo Goria with no front wing after going into the back of Etienne Jones. Now David Panner making a move on his teammate up front for P3. Kingsley Kamisoto has dropped 3 places after starting from pole. Leighton Deschutier will also get into the points after a bad qualifying already because of that crash. Daniel Duarte's... Wow. And that's ripped off the front wing of the other Renault. Absolute carnage here on the third straight of German Grand Prix on the run up to the stadium section. We'll see what happened here then. Daniel Duarte just mounting the back of that Renault actually a little bit. Bad driving from him, and he gets hit again by a Minardi. Leo Goria just kind of driving and then spears off into the wall. Don't really know whose fault that was. Just gets smashed to pieces by all the cars coming along the road. And Karen Grossi gets through okay. I believe it was Ben Jones and Andres de Jesus both getting damaged there. Don't know how the Jaguar's not getting damaged, but they're losing time nonetheless. And we see the Sauber now of Alex Loldemex getting further damage. Once again, another retirement for him. So what did he do? He just hit some more debris. And wow, there's just bits of car flying everywhere. There's also a Jordan going off the track after hitting a front wing. Jono Saltzwedel in the gravel and with no wheels. What has happened here on the backstreet? Somehow Con Skywalker now in the points. Jesus Christ. Simon Nathaniel possibly trying a move on Kingsley Kamisoto. He's going to pull in, pull back out. Will he decide to launch it down the inside? He doesn't do it. Look how many cars are in the pits. There's only 12 main runners now. Pit lane is very busy. In fact, a lot of cars out. Only 16 runners left in the race. I wonder if we can just get another look at that crash. Or at least the aftermath of it. Brandon Liu also in the wall hits that dead Renault of Leo Goria. And Alex Loldemex just kind of... Oh, Tommy Toth got taken out as well by Michael Clark. We thought he got through without damage, but it wasn't to be. Absolute scenes here then at the German Grand Prix. Simon Nathaniel finally makes that move on Kingsley Kamisoto that he was trying at one chicane earlier. So I'll run you through our order. Sean Sutherland, our race leader. Miguel Herrero, 2nd place. David Pannell, 3rd place. Simon Nathaniel, 4th. And our pole sitter, Kingsley Kamisoto, just dropping like a stone in 5th place. Shane Odiemi is 6th. Con Skywalker, P7. And Leighton Dishutin, our final points scorer at the minute. Couldn't be better for Sean Sutherland though, who at the moment is, I believe, 9 points behind Air Team Jones Championship. That might be wrong. I probably should have checked up on that before this race. And this will now put him 1 point ahead. If it finishes like this, don't quote me on that. Miguel Rivera as well finally seems to be getting on form. Sean Sutherland sets the fastest lap. But if he can string 2 podiums together, that will mean great things for his form. As Leighton now, in that very, very fast Ferrari, will be looking to clear this Jaguar of Con Skywalker as quickly as possible. Here he goes, they go side by side, and he's already made that move before the corner comes. 7th place for Leighton Dishutin. Now he sets his sights on Shane Odiemi, the BAR in front of him. Well, Kingsley Kamisoto sets his sights on retaking that 4th position he lost a lap ago to Simon Nathaniel. Going quite defensive into that corner. As the top 3 are all very spread apart, we still have battles going on behind. Kingsley Kamisoto closing in on that Toyota now of Simon Nathaniel. Quite an easy move actually. All he needs to do is outbrake, and simple enough lock up from Simon Nathaniel as well. And he cedes 4th place to Kingsley Kamisoto for now. But the slipstream is powerful here. You can't count him out of retaking P4. And Leighton Dishutin it also on the outside already got the move done on Shane Odiemi before the stadium section, which is nice and useful for him. He moves up into P6 as he sets in sights on the group of top cars now. His teammate, of course, leading the race, has had a stronger first part of the season than Leighton, but Leighton has seemed a bit more like himself lately. As we see, just as I said, Kingsley Kamisoto side by side with Simon Nathaniel once again. These two cannot stop battling. Looks like he'll keep ahead for now. He's going to have to watch out for Simon Nathaniel through the rest of the lap. There's barely anywhere here where you can't overtake, as we see someone retiring. Tommy Toth just has a transmission problem. It was... Hey, he's not been the luckiest, has he? Despite often being on... having some good pace even. Just other than his 2 podiums, not really much luck. But his teammate is in that final points position, so Jaguar will at least be taking home some points today if it ends like this. Also, McLaren Racing seems to be closing in on that group a little bit, closer than he was before at least. A big gap back to McAndrew, Hamil and Alvarez though, and then the people who pitted: Ben Jones, Andrew Digits, and now Michael Clark. The top guys are all getting very close to Michael Clark here. It's going to lose Sean Sutherland so much time. And they might even make contact. They almost touch. Almost. Michael Clark swiping Sean Sutherland out of the race. Not a good place to actually catch that moving chicane at all. David Pano is the one to lose time even more to his teammate. David Pano losing so much momentum behind that arrows. The 2 McLarens will be vulnerable to Simon Nathaniel and Leighton Deschutes here now. In fact, Simon Nathaniel goes for it, almost wipes Kingsley Kamisoto out the race completely. That's going to lose him some time to Leighton Deschutes here, who is now up into 5th place for now. But Simon Nathaniel might have a go at him. Meanwhile, Con Skywalker is going to try up the inside of Shane. There's contact there in front of them. Simon Nathaniel and Leighton Deschutes, they touch. Con Skywalker makes that overtake on Shane Odiemi, but Simon Nathaniel just completely runs into the back of Leighton Deschutes and wipes him out of the race. Oh, Leighton isn't having the best of seasons either. Yeah, I'm not really sure who to blame there. I think Nathaniel didn't move enough to the right to commit to a move, and Leighton did also go very aggressive, moving to the right at the last minute. They're both going to have to pit, in fact. Leighton is facing the wrong way. Unfortunate for him, really. And that does put Con Skywalker into P5. Shane Odiemi is in 6th place, possibly 5th now, as he looks to re-overtake Con Skywalker. And he does do it. You think he does do it? Yes, he does. McLaren Racing up to P7 now, and Ronan McAndrew will be in that final points place. So get more points for Ronan McAndrew. As we see Leighton just struggling along the track now. Yeah, it's a shame for Simon and Leighton, who are both having decent races. Not anymore. Now Con Skywalker is going to have to watch out for McLaren Dreisig, who is on the move for P6, and once again he sees a Toyota in front of him. McLaren Dreisig making, well, Con Skywalker falling back a bit on this lap. 2 McLarens are kind of close. I think David Pannett was slowed down by that moving chicane, but he's pulling away once again. And that gap between Sean Sutherland and Miguel Rivero just seems to be getting bigger by the lap. 4 laps to go now. We're firmly into the second half of this race. Well, Con Skywalker wants that P6 back from Sam Nathaniel. It's very easy to re-overtake here if you lose a position. I'm not sure he's quite going to be able to do it here though. Into the first chicane, can he outbrake? Gets squeezed to the inside, he can't do it. But he'll always have a chance to do it again later on in the lap. There are 3 very good overtaking spots here, and Jordi Alvarez might be about to use one of them on the Minardi of Jay Hamil. Jay Hamil still hasn't scored points this season. It's only him, Andres De Jesus, and the 2 Arrows who haven't been able to do that. Not a great record, and he loses a position to Jordi Alvarez, who did score points in Britain, which ended his pointless streak, so well done to him. And now we see Kingsley Kamisoto has overtaken his teammate. Must have missed something there. Does Pano have a problem? No, he didn't. He just took a very wide line through the second part of that chicane, got bogged down on that curb. Kingsley Kamisoto had a good enough run to take that third position away from David Pano. Healthy battle within the team. As long as they don't swipe each other out the race, that can only be seen as positive in Ron Dennis' eyes. And he's definitely happy it's 3rd and 4th rather than 13th and 14th like we saw last race. But the battle with the two McLarens is far from over here. They're 5 seconds back from Miguel Mavero, who is on for another second place finish with just 3 laps to go. This McLaren is very fast, and even more so in the slipstream, 225 miles an hour. David Pano is right behind Kingsley Kamisoto now. We could possibly see a move now into the second chicane. They're side by side, the two McLarens. Pano, easy enough for him. He says thank you very much. Hops over that curb a little. He's up to 3rd place once again. There's still this battle over here for P9. J Hamil might come back at Jordi Alvarez. It's going to be close between the two backmarker teams. J Hamil gets it done. Up to P9 once again for him. And Michael Clark just kind of there. And this man who was running P5 briefly, not anymore. Swiped out the race by Simon Nathaniel. Or by him. By himself even. I don't really know who to blame. Yeah, the gap between Pano and Kamisoto once again growing like it was before Pano's little mistake. 2 laps to go now for this man, Sean Sutherland, who has been flawless from start to finish in this race. Well, he'll be happy for now. The gap between him and Miguel seems to be staying quite constant. And then we have the two McLarens still. And this battle still going on for P5. McLaren Dresic has caught up to the back of Shane Odeyemi and actually gets past him before the second chicane even comes. So great stuff from him to move up into position 5. And now 5th place is his. And now, just 1 lap to go for this man here, Sean Sutherland. He's been amazing this race. The gap to Miguel Rivera is now 3 seconds instead of 2.5. He doesn't have to do much now. There's no moving chicanes that are that close to him. He should be good for the rest of this race. Unless we see like a transmission failure or something, which, you know, it can happen. And I'm now kind of scared for him. This man as well, who hasn't had the best of luck, has also made a few mistakes so far this year. In qualifying actually, which obviously I don't record, but he did go off going into the stadium section, completely flew into the barriers. But he'll be glad he hasn't repeated that in the race. They're followed by the two McLarens, Pano and Kamisoto. Quite spent a lot of this race battling, but Panayot is now fairly ahead. McLaren Dreisig with some good pace, now 5th place, with Shane Odemi 6th. Colin Skywalker is P7, and Ronan McAndrew is likely to take that final point, as his teammate and Jordi Alvaro still scrap it out for that P9. But here we see Sean Sutherland driving through the stadium section, round the final 2 corners. Surely he can just run it to the finish now. Sean Sutherland takes another victory. He'll be very happy with that one. That's going to help him in the championship so much. Miguel Rivera takes his 3rd podium of the season. Still no win, but another good result for him as he gets his form back with 2 McLarens, 3rd and 4th. 10 positions higher than last race. McLaren Dreisig 5th, Shane Odemi 6th, Con Skywalker P7, and Ronan McAndrew. Been a good season for him so far, the first half of the season, and another point goes his way, and now we can officially say we're at the halfway stage of the season. And here's the full race results. After that massive pile up early on in the race, a lot of drivers wiped out there. In fact, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers. 6 in fact. Tommy Toth was transmission. But yeah, 5 drivers wiped out there and many more given damage. The fast lap of the race was set by Leighton de Choutinier before his crash with Simon Nathaniel. Or it could have been after actually, I'm not really sure. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you at the next race, which is in Turkey.